Alright, hello and welcome back to the world of Astaria, the D&D stream going on here at the Gamehouse Twitch page and the Cast Iron Comics YouTube channel. I am your DM, your master of the universe, and your crazy guy in the sky looking down at these people play a game, Chandler Angle. I was super late on starting the music after I started the stream, but hopefully that's synced up fairly well. As again, I'm joined this week by my wonderful players. We have Braxton Angle, my brother, as Aragon, the Golden Dragonborn.
Nice.
We have...
Remember to get me in there first. Always appreciated.
We gotta get that... Look, you fought for that in that contract, so I was like, okay, mad respect. I
never let it go.
And I'm probably gonna butcher the rest of these guys' last names, but we got Zach Stenzel as the newest comer to the party, a Goliath, who I think the last thing he was doing was sick push-ups outside of a bar, just looking mean as hell.
Absolutely.
We have Marie Haynes as the wonderful little star child, Mina.
Hi everybody.
And last but not least, we have Rob Haynes as the gunslinger himself, Revan.
Hey, in my contract, I wanted it so that I was last.
Look, I appreciate that one too. You save the best for last, but someone's got to get top billing. These contracts.
No, I have no problem with it. This is the contract that we agreed upon, Chandler.
Oh shit! Wait, did I misread it? Oh no! I'm sorry. It's just, I have no excuse. I just keep doing you last for some reason.
I like it.
Well, the
Best
idea is
for last is right.
The idea was like, okay,
You're
Braxton's top billing. Newcomers got to be introduced relatively soon. Then, unfortunately, I don't do ladies first because I'm an asshole. And then it's just like, well, okay, Rob.
I would be sexist if you did, so I appreciate you treating me as if we're all appreciate it, sir.
Yes, equality. That's what we're all about here on this Dungeons and Dragons stream.
Precisely.
These are my favorite times of the week. You guys are my Oprah. Now then, without further delay, let's get into the recap. Where last time, as I said, these guys they had actually made their way all the way from the island of Shika, where all of season 1 took place, and they were pretty much hired by the king to take on an investigation of sorts linked to a very, very monumental set of events that I don't think really were set in properly. As I said the words, the dimension itself has collided with other ones, and then the guys were just like, okay, yeah, no, we'll go do this thing. But I love it, the fact they were just like I thought about it.
No fear.
I was like, I wonder if they would fucking, it's just normal people, understand the concept of a dimension. But either way, with as cocksure as they've been, they went off their adventure with their new guest, or their new ally, a giant Goliath, who was just kind of, sent to go and pick them up. So, last we left...
Wait, whatever happened to our monkey, bro? Did we not bring him with us?
No, the prince stayed on the island because of... I think I explained it to where, the king wanted his son to learn a bit from him more, so he stayed behind.
Oh man, I forgot about him. I was kind of sad.
Well, another thing you guys forgot about was that Mina was given an actual little dog statue, and I'm surprised she hasn't used it yet.
Oh my god, that's right!
Can we name it again? Was that something really stupid?
I think it was Storm.
I don't remember.
I think
Storm. That's what it was.
Man, boring shit.
All right.
It was a group decision.
Now then, now that the super long recap has been done, let's go ahead and get back to the bar where these guys last left off. Where they kind of got, they talked to most of the locals around this part of the town, and they kind of gathered that, not too many people go into the Bitterwood, which is the large forest this town sort of sits in front of. There were reports of just increased animal attacks, random aggression, and whatnot. So, let's go ahead and pull back in as the conversations were just ending. So it's just to put into put in perspective. You guys arrived here about sunset what is a 3-day walking trip was turned into like a short ride in a carriage for you because the kingdom dropped you off here. And you're just chatting up the locals.
Definitely
Revan,
chatting up the local.
continue your failed attempts at flirting.
Oh no.
Don't talk.
she's,
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, thank you. Aragon knows what's
Failure.
up. We don't talk
He
about
knows
it,
that.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, I know that I was talking to our little friend over here, and he was telling us a little bit about the forest and everything like that. So if we want, we can just go ahead and like follow him to wherever we need to go.
Oh, I thought
yeah, I
if you-
forgot about the forest.
I don't mean to interject,
Yeah,
but I thought the
you
last
gotta
time
go take care of some
was like this guy said he'd help you if you just pay him like 50 gold. But I remember that you guys kind of like we got the information from him, so we can just do this ourselves.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you,
So, do we want to head out now, or do we want to wait here at the inn and set off
What
that
time of
morning?
day is it?
it was sunset.
It's like,
Like there's light out.
Oh yeah, we're not afraid of going out in the dark. I remember that conversation. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I
Maybe our
can-
Goliath friend might be, but I'm not.
I can just make little fire, like spheres, for us to see, or something. So, it's up to you. Thoughts?
Ask our new Goliath friend.
Okay.
I say we don't waste any time and we just get the heck out of this town.
About it.
Okay.
I'm about it.
Sure.
All right, and with that, you guys
Not talk to any of the other people here, especially not that sketch guy over there laying in bed.
He's in a bedroom. You can't even see him. Mina has gained sentience and can see
Right.
everybody.
Right. Yes.
All right, so
Yes,
let's,
with my magical abilities.
as a level 2 wizard
Oh yeah.
or sorcerer, whatever. That it's all the same term. You guys go ahead and head out into the Bitterwood. You start making your way. It doesn't really get dark too soon, but you're all really well rested. Regardless of the trip you all kind of took today, you were kind of pampered early in the day. Even Vanith, like while waiting at the castle, you were pretty well tended to. And you guys can go ahead and start at the most left point on the screen, right over here.
Right next to me.
Let's go ahead and get SAB out. Where's the boy? Alright, I put him in the
Where are we placing?
on the left side. You're warm, Braxton. A little more left.
Oh. I always mess this up. Always.
It's fine. So, just so we can have like a bit of a clear cut, like what's going on, is the marching order just like who's in front, who's in back? Or are you just kind of all walking side by side?
I'll bring up the rear.
Alright.
The biggest guy here.
Well, I'm only taller by a few inches, but if you want me to lead, and I can be the tallest man and the strongest man if you all are afraid.
Listen,
Ow.
if you guys can play the front line, we'll wreck them from the back, and it'll be a great time.
Works for
I
me.
don't really care.
I definitely hit him from the back.
Uh-huh.
Is that code for something?
Always.
The first one of the
Definitely
night.
not.
Definitely.
It's a battle strategy. What are you thinking?
All right, with your battle strategy in tow, you guys are Aragon and Van at the front. SAB kind of like next to Aragon. Then Revan and Mina go ahead and making their way behind them. And I'd say you guys would probably, like, you're noticing now that it's getting, like, dark. Like, you've been walking for a good while. And from your notes you had from the other gnome, you're drawing close to the area of, like, you know, where it's estimately, like, all the things have been going on. But it's, like, it's getting pretty dark. Like, anyone without dark vision is going to be, like, you know, having to roll some dex saves at some point.
Okay. Can we do an investigation check?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll me investigation. We also change the music because it's getting really intense. I mean, whoever wants to do investigation can go ahead and check it out.
Let's see how the rolls are going tonight. Let's see how this
Yeah.
goes.
All right, 11.
I would agree. I might want to get us started here and see what fate has
Get a
for
feel. Yeah, get a feel for
Oh.
how the night's gonna go.
me.
Oh,
Not good.
Okay.
you're actually paying attention.
There it is.
All right. So, Aragon, I'll say this to you, and you'll kind of like dole it out because the guys do like kind of see like both Vanith and Revan are just like, oh, it's getting dark, and then Mina's like, oh, you know, this seems to be like a nice clearing if you wanted to stop or something. But you're kind of noticing the fact that like whereas you were walking earlier in the forest where like there are small woodland animals, you know, like the occasional rabbit or squirrel or stuff like that, like they're all sort of the few you've seen are now heading towards like, you know, burrows, places for them to rest. Like, you know, you don't really hear any more birds or anything like that. You're noticing that everything's sort of like getting settled away, but like you're kind of thinking like, A, it's getting settled for the night because they sleep at night, but B, they're also kind of like taking cover.
So, is that something I just notice and
You kind of
don't
like
say anything about, or is there something else that is there something else that I catch as a result of spotting that?
it's sort of like, I'd say from you being a fairly well-traveled guy, like, and also kind of being, I think, maybe a bit more of a tactician than you let on, you're noticing that most of these things are getting in a secured area for the most part.
To quote Sandusky from Tropic Thunder, I got a bad feeling about this one, Chief.
Oh my god. What a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
As the closest thing to a chief here, I don't know what you mean.
Oh,
Look at the big shoes on
This fucking
Brad.
guy.
So, what do you guys want to do?
So, what's your bad? Yeah, so you said I got a bad feeling about it out loud, right?
Did, yes.
Okay.
did.
Then yeah, what's your bad feeling? Are you noticing something, or you know?
I know it's getting a little bit later, but it's just too still for late afternoon. You mean there's no activity going around? I don't know. It seems a little weird.
Well, do you guys see those rocks up there? Maybe we could, get something against our backs in case if we're feeling like that's a problem, or we could camp there for the night.
I can break the rocks if you need.
That's great, but we want the rocks there so we don't get reached around.
Fair.
Exactly.
can I ask what these little clusters
The mushrooms.
are? Those mushrooms?
Yeah. I wanted to dress the map up.
Okay. Curious. I'm fine by hanging out with rocks.
Alright, so you guys hunker down by the rocks, just kind of like making an impromptu camp.
Probably. I'll set up a fire.
Alright. If you can go ahead, just give me like a dex check. Oh no, you're using magic to do it, so you just...
Magic, yeah.
You just find a bush that's kind of like isolated, and you just kind of like wave your hands, and you have a small fire starting.
Yes.
Aragon, you can go ahead and group up with the rest.
Aragon, would you like to join us?
Yes, I'm checking everything out. You can never be too careful.
He's having a
Once
week.
I start jumping
Never
all over
be.
the place, it's hard to really stay in one spot. I definitely am not feeling being on the same side as this Colossus-looking motherfucker. So Why don't you slide around, Revan?
All right, I'll get back over here with it.
All right, so you
It's
guys are
racist if you don't. You know, you're a big, scary
Racist,
dragon man with fangs.
What are you? I don't even know what you are. How can I be racist if I don't know what you are?
Like I said before, here at this D&D stream, we're all about equality. We don't even know what we are.
Quality.
I don't even know who he is.
She doesn't even go here.
God, what a great quote too. Man, we were killing it with quotes tonight.
Are.
All right. So
You guys,
Should we like get to know this like random stranger who's kind of just popped into our group? I don't know if we can trust him.
Be smart.
Oh.
Might be
we're
smart.
doing that. All right,
Mhm.
I'll get up to him and be like, "Hey, Vanith,
Hello.
how's it hanging, bro?"
I'm not hanging. I am standing up.
Oh my God, you are Drax. Okay.
All right.
So, what licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
427.
My God, he actually
my.
answered it. Now I'm scared. I wonder if the
He's
owl
ready.
will say the same thing. All right. Well, where are you from?
I am from the mountains.
Mountains.
Which
That's
ones?
really informative.
Are they far away?
Pretty far, I had to climb my way down after from the mountains of Barlam after a dragon attacked my camp.
That sucks. You probably
Get some revenge
are
on that
pretty
dragon.
racist against Aragon then. He's a dragon.
I mean, I fear not dragons. I fear this one adamantine dragon who's just kind of a dick.
I
Mhm.
feel like I'd like him a lot.
Yeah, he spared me and laughed at me and told me to go tell everyone what he had done. And he just wanted to keep me alive as the messenger, and so I had to run, and it brought me great shame.
Wow.
Classic move there.
Like the village loser.
Well, I'm the village survivor, but
That's mostly out of pity, I think.
yeah, I guess as the only survivor, I guess I'm both the winner and the loser.
Mm. Yeah, I guess if you can consider it winning, that's fine.
Should we
Gotta
be
do what you
worried
gotta do.
about your fighting abilities?
That was
like, are
that
you
was
gonna get
3
killed
years
by
ago.
a giant rat?
That was 3 years ago. I've trained my whole life to fight giant rats and the like.
Oh, okay, because we
Oh,
have an issue with giant rats.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Aragon's terrified of them. I mean, just straight up phobia.
I stomp on the skulls of the Rat King.
Ah, that's
There's a king?
useful. He's useful,
Lovely.
guys. He might be useful.
The real question is, did you kill the Rat King, or did you just stomp on, some old skull? Anyone can do that. Even the fairy girl over here can do that shit.
I killed him and then stomped on his skull, if that's what you're
Nice.
asking.
That's a very, very good qualifier, yes.
I'm so flattered that you think I'm like a fairy. That's so sweet of you. Thank you, Aragon.
I hear that a lot.
the most intense interview ever.
No, we're getting a lot of good information. We know for a fact
I
now.
know.
So am I. I got so
We're
much
getting
lore to
to
work
know
on now.
another. Icebreakers.
I got so much
That he's
lore.
gonna be able-
Icebreaker game, guys.
Yeah, he can kill all the things that we're afraid of.
Basically, we're gonna just put you through a friend trial. And if once you prove yourself, then you can be our friend. We're pretty exclusive.
I don't know if I
Okay.
any of you friends, but we're
What?
definitely companions.
Uh-huh.
I miss the
I see
cook.
he failed the test.
There you go.
we
He's
were
catching
gonna
on.
kill the cook. Yeah, we were. But yeah. All right. Well, hopefully nothing comes at us here. Maybe you'll let us know. Maybe.
And he moved. He moved, and that's making me a little wary.
He's just like I was
Should
just
we-
moving him so he'd actually kind of like I don't know why I just wanted a little bit more symmetry to like the fact you guys were in a circle. SOB just sort of just does like he'll just move, but he's a raptor. He's just brainless
Okay.
animal. But yeah, you guys just sort of like have this. I would say intense, but yeah, you just have this intense interview as it gets darker and darker. Like, yeah. What else?
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just a little more cautious considering that, you know, if I'm sleeping, he can just gently step on my skull and kill me very easily with minimal effort. So,
Just sleep on the opposite side of the rock then.
you think he can't walk around a rock?
We have established that I will not be breaking the rock tonight.
Said
Okay.
something else there.
I was wondering similarly.
It's like, this interview just got weird.
No breaking.
Okay, there
You're
you go.
from the mountains. Do you like rocks?
Yes, I am quite a fan of rocks.
Right.
little
Aragon, do you hear
weird.
that? We've established.
Yes.
Fan
Fan of rocks.
I'm a
Fan
rock
of rocks?
guy.
killer of rats. I like
Mhm.
it.
Alright. So, do we want to set up the sleeping schedule? Who's going to be staying up when?
I'll stay up with our giant friend first.
Okay.
All right, so
Aragon? Any thoughts? Nothing? Okay, cool.
No, we have 2 people who are going to stay up already. No need to lose your shit over it. I guess you and I will have to
Okay.
next.
Okay. Calm
Do we leave
down.
SAB up to take one of the shifts?
I mean,
Looking like I'm not paying attention out here.
I mean, I
Very
don't,
Just
safe
checking
bet.
in.
Not tonight,
Just
my
checking
friend.
in.
I'm gonna say one thing. The last ever like kind of a little note I'm gonna try and do. Mina, you do have the Onyx dog, which can persist for at least 8 hours.
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna summon him.
All right, now
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna summon Storm. It's me all night.
I'm here.
now where is?
Gillis.
Oh my god, I didn't put him in. All right, well, everybody, just a quick behind the scenes on how the picture's uploaded. I now have to go find Storm.
Aww.
But yeah, okay. So just to quickly surmise, I'm finding his photo. You guys just start, setting up the sleeping schedule and the sleeping order. You get sort of just, settled away, and you come to the decision. Vanith and Revan will, take first shift, and that Mina and Aragon will take second shift, and that you'll just have Storm awake and alert for the entirety of the night. And Vanith, you
Yay.
see this small gnome throw a little small, little black statue dog as it turns into a giant mastiff with like a little saddle on its back.
I pat it on the head and say, "Good boy."
Oh, thank you.
Good.
It talks after you
It's
pet it. It
fine.
says thank you.
I pat it again and say, "Best boy."
Is this?
Shit,
Oh, dog. Good to see you again.
I probably misspelled that just because I'm an idiot. But yeah, Storm's he's excited. He's happy to see you guys again.
Aww.
Yeah,
Storm, you're so
Mina
precious.
just
I love you.
continuously forgets about you, Storm. We didn't, but she did.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you guys head to sleep. Vanith and Revan, go ahead and give me a perception check, and Storm will also give a perception check.
Perception.
Sadly.
I think
just gotta
Storm actually
+1 to
has.
that.
passive perception mean anything?
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it does. Like, I think that gives you a better, like, just plus to your perception.
Well,
Okay, well, it's
here's
12
the thing I
for
don't
me, so...
understand.
I got a 20, so
Do you mean that it
Yeah,
can't go lower than
so-
a 12?
Yeah, I think you're like your highest passive perception is the fact, like that's the lowest you could possibly roll. So
I
Oh,
guess I
that's
did it
good to
anyways.
know.
So, there you go.
I will say
I
this.
guess Vanith's seeing everything.
Yeah, Vanith, you're actually pretty well traveled as well. Like you are used to kind of roughing out in the woods. The town you were sent from, you were just sort of making your way through. So you're pretty much adept to nature. At least you've heard a lot about the Bitterwood, so you know to keep your eyes out. Revan, you're also fairly well traveled, and your time in Chicago did like kind of make you a bit not nervous, but more perceptive of the forest at night. But yeah, you guys sort of Vanith kind of points out to you, and so does Storm. Actually, he kind of nudges you in the right direction as well. That you guys notice some movement fairly far down the way in the clearing. Some of the trees seem to be shifting over this direction, over to the right. I'd say.
got some awakened trees. Oh no.
How far is it?
It's
Yeah, that's
woke trees.
It's fairly within the distance. Like nothing too ominous yet. Like you do hear like some forest sounds of like what your best guess would be like an animal or something, but you do hear some very like loud screeching, like followed by an animal kind of sounding in pain.
Alright, well, let's, Vanith, what do you think? Should we wake up the crew? Or do we want to try to handle this on our own and let them sleep?
I say we wake them up because I don't think anyone was low health or needing spell slots. So I say we might as well just go in with a full party.
Alright, hey,
What?
hey, we've got potential problems. Things are dying around us.
Okay. I knew something was up.
That's a little unnerving.
A dragon intuition of yours.
Yeah. It's good once a year.
You can take it to the bank. Alright, well, let's get the, can your dog sniff stuff?
Oh yeah.
Like,
can he?
can he track things, I should say?
Yes,
I'm sure he can
I
sniff
just
everything.
need to
but-
quickly look up his stats.
A raw sniff check.
Mhm.
Well, I mean that's
Like
what
to
he was.
roll a 1d20 sniff check.
Shit, what is it? Yeah, I don't want all the fucking figurines of Wondrous Power. Just give me the Onyx dog. There we go. Okay. Okay, now it gave me just its description, but none of its abilities. All right,
That's good.
I'll just give it SAB's stats for now, even though I do know it has a lot of cool abilities. So you guys all get up. You kind of brandish your weapons, and you said you were sending like Storm to go do a sniff check.
I mean, just
Sniff
to
check.
see if he can notice if there's how many are near us or
All right.
any of that stuff.
With his perception roll, I think it was 17. He does sort of sniff out like, well, I'm not familiar with this jungle. It looks pretty weird. Because, as you remember, you got him from a gorilla jungle. So he's kind of not fully out of his element, but it's different. But he says to you that, like, bats. 2 bats or 20 bats. It's either 2 bats
And rats.
or bats. Yes. They're like rats, but they have wings.
Flying rats. Yes.
I think they
Good.
might.
I'm.
It's weird. I feel like the fact I'm confusing 2 and 20 is weird.
Okay. All right.
So, can I also
Between
get?
2 and 20 is what he said?
I think so.
So, do you guys like go check it out?
I mean,
I think.
are they gonna attack us? Because I don't want to go into their element. We should stay out in the open if we can.
I can just make some like fire in a circle around us,
let's at least get one
to keep
spawned
away
in.
any like animals, possibly.
How many are in this colony of bats?
So, I'll say this much because of the fact you guys haven't really done anything to startle anybody, and the noise you're making is a bit inconsequential. You do see like a wolf kind of trudge out of the brush injured, and it is immediately dived upon by what you can classify as a giant bat. Like, it just sinks its teeth into the wolf and starts just ripping at it, and it pretty much kills the wolf. And Storm then says, okay, it looks like just 2 bats, but they're big.
2 big bats. How big are these bats?
Well, the fact that they're classified as giant bats, let's say...
I mean, yeah, I'm a giant person. I just want to know if I can ride one of these things.
I swear to God, if this new campaign starts with another animal mount, I'm gonna be so confused in how to work it in. I'd say it would be easily able to carry someone like Mina. It would be okay to carry someone like Revan. It would probably have to, it would have to give itself a good go to try and carry you or Aragon.
Got it.
Huh.
That being said, though, I'm going to go ahead and roll a perception check for this giant bat as I change the music from the calm forest music to quite possibly the fight music. Where did I put my bat stats?
Bat stats.
No, bat stat. Okay, perception. Where is it? Right, none of its perception sensitive. Okay, it's wisdom. Alright, so it's going to go ahead and just do a perception check to see if it sees you. I'll say for this much, this one's distracted by the fact it's still eating the dead wolf. But it's now your guys'
lucky.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to just try and hide from it? Do you want to approach it, try and take it down?
I mean, obviously we gotta kill it.
I can try to put it to sleep if we want.
It's gonna be difficult as hell. Not putting it to sleep, killing that thing. I mean, I imagine hitting something in the air is not gonna be an easy task. If we can even get to it.
Well, if it's still eating...
Yeah, right now it's...
wolf.
Yeah, right now it's hunched over a dead wolf.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we
how
want to
far
send like
can
an
I
SAB
walk?
or something after it to try to like take it out? Or the dog? Like, I don't know.
Can we send the dog and the raptor? See what happens?
I feel like this would be quite the battle.
I like the idea. I only wish I'd prepared like some Pokemon fight music because you're now about to send in your 2 animals to fight the wild warrior. Okay, so you guys send Storm and SAB at it.
Let's go.
All right, so to
Good
start.
I believe in you, Storm.
Okay, so Storm is going to be able to at least get up, like in front of it. SAB is going to get like halfway. And because it's going to be a sneak attack, Storm is going to go ahead and get advantage on this.
Oh, let's go.
All
I
right.
rip its fucking wings off.
That's a good boy right there.
Goodest
boy.
13, and this one 9. Its armor, it just hits. So Storm comes up behind it, and like this isn't just a normal mastiff. This is what is classified as a riding mastiff. So someone like Revan could ride it. So this thing's got a lot of weight behind it, and it just comes and just like clamps down its giant onyx jaw on the bat, and it just starts like, and the bat just like, and it's gonna go ahead and do, I think, what is Raptor's stats for damage? Of course, I didn't write down SAB's damage. Shit. Okay. Alright, everybody, this is the part of the stream where I keep Googling stats.
Woo.
We're all about professionalism and equality.
That's kind of guy.
Alright.
Gotta be equal in all ways.
Armor class speed, okay. Alright, so it says large raptor does a d8. So we're gonna go ahead and just roll him d8s.
On. Fuck it up.
And with
Okay.
that, he...
Something.
I'll say this, the dog is at least latched onto one of the wings, but it doesn't really, like, it's not hurting it too much. So it's... Alright, so the bat is currently entangled with the dog. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a strength saving throw to see if the bat can go ahead and get its wing away from the dog. Strength plus
He
2.
got this.
The dog's strength. You know what? It's incredible. SAB is way strong, and by that, the dog is super strong. The bat is unable to fully tear away. Like, it's slowly, like, getting in the air, but the dog's, like, holding it to the ground. And with that,
Let's go.
SAB's gonna go ahead and run at it. SAB just having a normal attack. Wait. SAB has a plus... Still not enough. SAB, sort of like seeing that the bat is kind of rearing up to try and like fly away. He's just sort of like growling at it, like swiping at it, but he's not like quick enough. Do you guys want to try and get in on this fight, or do you just want to keep having the animals fight each other?
I want to hit this bat.
All right.
Oh, if he's got him on the ground, we need to move in.
Well, let's say
Yeah,
this.
I would agree, especially if there's 20 of them. We need to take it out. Like,
Oh no.
now.
I'll say this. The joke was it sounded like 2 giant bats or 20 normal bats. So give me 1 second.
Okay, fair enough.
See now.
All right. Well, the other one has shit perception, so the other one's just still out in the woods.
Incredible.
God, come on.
Good.
All right.
I'm gonna move up here. I'm gonna actually get up on top of the rock
Ooh.
so that I can see a little bit better and try to make sure my shots are a little better.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a shot.
We
Is that-
get our order.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Sorry about that. I was figuring like whoever wanted to step forward would just like that be initiative.
Right, solid. Ahead of Mina, behind.
Come on, don't freeze.
Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, all right.
There you
Oh, I
Excited to
forgot
meet
he does
those
this.
doggos.
go. Oh shoot. Okay, we
He
got
does
2
the
nines.
stream downstairs. That's why he.
Yep, I've moved to the basement. All right, so
That makes way more sense. I couldn't get
Revenant-
shit from in my room.
Revenant and Aragon, if you could re-roll the just to see which one of you will go before the other one. So we'll have.
Roll off.
All right. Oh, heyo.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Roll on something that's this insignificant.
So I'll say this just because they all like took actions before all you guys. All the animals will be going like at the top of the initiative, but now we've gotten to your turn. So Vanith, you are up first.
Alright, I'm gonna run my full 30 feet, which should, I don't know, something like there. And then I'm gonna throw a javelin at it.
All right, roll to hit.
Whoa.
Alright, that is a D6. D6, oh, hold on. It's a D6 plus 4.
Well, you gotta roll.
I have to roll the hit.
Yeah. It's all good.
Oh, it's a plus 6 to hit. Me gusta. Alright, 12.
You just miss.
Ah!
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
You're excited, you're ready to go, you got the javelin out, and you huck it, and it just goes.
Good
Luckily, because of the fact that like it only just barely missed the bat, it also is able to miss both SAB and Storm as it just sails past all 3 of them.
Oof.
All right, now next up it's Revan.
Alright, let's Let's try to hit this son of a bitch. Oh!
Ooh.
Okay.
Critical.
All right.
This
Go
is-
ahead.
Yo.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, so it's 1d10. Well, it's all times 2, and then do I have the +6, or is that only if I use that grit?
I think it's only for grit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And then at second level, my firearms deal additional weapon damage equal to half of my wisdom modifier, rounded up.
Oh, okay. What is your
Oh.
Your wisdom is
And
12.
11. Oh, is
Oh.
it 12?
That's what I have written down.
I'm
but-
only seeing 11 on mine.
All right, we'll go
But yeah, I
with
guess
11.
it rounds up anyway. So an extra 6. So an extra 6 damage on top of that.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage.
Times 2, that's 18 damage.
All right.
Damn.
So, how many shots do you fire, by the way? Like, I forgot to ask this.
I'm only firing one right now.
All right, so you pick the gun up, you aim, and you right at the bat, all the way across. Like you somehow managing not to hit any of the people in front of the bat, and you deal. It was
Appreciate it.
18 damage, and boy oh boy, this bat is looking really fucked up. Like you managed to catch it right in its, like not in a crucial part of its body, but you're thinking that you have hit something vital.
Oh, you
All
know, level 2 me is a lot more intimidating than level 1 me.
Now, with that
He
being
actually
said,
hits his target.
that being said, because of the loud noise, you attract the attention of the second
Oh, wow,
bat
way to go, Revan.
as it sort of like
Son of a
slowly
bitch.
flaps its way out of the forest and sees you all and just. All right, next up we got Aragon.
Thankfully, this bat is now closer, so I'll make a move for the new bat, because I don't think I can cover the 50 feet. I don't think I'm that fast.
All right.
So, we're going to go for this near bat. I'm going to move in position, and I'm going to go with the hand axe.
All right. Roll to hit.
Look it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you hit.
Ooh.
That is a definite hit.
All right. Show me damage. What would we get?
On.
There we go.
All right, -7.
It's a good strike.
All
Sure
right,
is.
so you do actually you come up and you get a good swipe at it, and you actually manage to you can't tell if you've crippled it or greatly sprained it, but you get a good chop at one of its wings as you're just And unfortunately, I don't know what a bout sounds like, so they're just gonna do vampire hisses at you. So it just hisses at you angrily. Up next, we got Mina.
Okay. Alright, I am going to try and blind this guy, the one that's closest.
All right.
So 60-10.
Fucking what? Did you say 6d10?
Yes. And then if it has less than 36 health, then it's blinded.
Yeah, at max health, it had less than 36 health. So,
Yeah.
hold on. I have bats use sound. It's an echolocation creature, so I don't know how much blindness will affect it, but
Hey,
Hmm.
that's
we'll
not
say
true.
That's a fair.
That's a myth.
That is a fair question.
That is a fair point.
Location.
I'll
They
say
use
this,
echolocation, but
it
they
will-
do use their eyes.
that is
But it
fair.
is nighttime.
I will say this, it will have
They still have incredibly good vision.
it will be disadvantaged, but it will still be able to kind of it still knows where Aragon was, so it's gonna at least
That's
attack
fine.
that.
That's fair.
Okay. Fucking
That's fair.
blinding a bat. Oh shit, what does it do? Alright. Back to the top of the round, we have Storm still holding on to the bat. He's just gonna go ahead and go for a bite with his he's gotta roll 1d20.
That bitch down.
Good dog.
Unfortunately, no. The bat manages to kind of like tear its wing away from Storm, who is now just sort of like, big old teeth bare, like. And with that, it's now SAB's turn. Oh wait, I think the bat.
Good scaly dog.
Good reptile dog.
I'm gonna say the bat went after SAB, so. Plus 2. Okay, and SAB, trying to lunge in for that wing that's getting pulled back. The bat is able to like kind of quickly push itself back, and it just sort of like starts flapping. And we're gonna go ahead and give the bat a quick acrobatics check. Plus 3. Still getting used to the fact that its wing was just sort of made into a chew toy. It's not able to get up and flying immediately, but it's kind of like flapping, these two back, and it sort of like manages to, I'd say, kind of like get them to stagger back just a little bit. So now they're kind of out of melee range immediately. But with that, it is now the this bat's turn, and it's going to go ahead and make an attack at SAB, which I really don't think is going to go well. Yeah, no, it doesn't hit. Aragon, blindly, this bat now swings one of its giant, clawed wings at you, but, you just sort of manage, the arm that's not holding the hand axe, you just put your arm up and just block the blow and just kind of parry it out the way.
That. Like that shit.
Alright, next up is Vanith.
Alright. I'm gonna charge forward at the farther bat, and I would like to leap over SAB and Storm.
Alright.
And
Acrobatics there.
And hit the bat with a great axe.
Alright, I will say to give me an acrobatics check.
Alright, acrobatics check. Oh, I have plus 4 to acro.
What?
Alright.
Alright,
Could have been worse.
I'll say you'll be able to make it over, because of the fact that the only one in your way is SAB, I'll say you'll be able to, get over him with a 10. Go ahead and make me a attack roll with no advantage or disadvantage. Just straight up attack.
God, that's an 8 to hit.
And you said you were using a great axe or something?
I was using a great axe.
Alright, so it's not a graceful leap over the raptor. You don't know what this creature is really, but you're just thinking okay, it's with them, it's probably fine. You sort of like a kid hopping over a barrier. You get both knees up pretty high, land in front of it, and with the momentum, you bring the axe forward, try at the bat, but with its wings kind of flapping, you just barely miss it as it's slowly trying to get up the speed to fly.
And with that, I take a bonus action of my 2-weapon fighting.
Oh shit!
Because I really gotta hit this thing.
All right.
And I take out my great club and swing at it.
Go ahead and take an attack.
That's badass. I'm cool with this.
Cool.
Yep.
And it's an 11.
Oh, damn.
You're
You look
incredibly.
cool.
What's really frustrating is that these 3 rolls, it's been plus 4, plus 6, and plus 6. And I've gotten an 11 as the highest.
Oh man, this bat's super fucking lucky. So with the momentum of using the great axe, you then kind of swing around, pivot on your foot, reach over your back and grab your club and try to bring that one down. But it's still just kind of able to just dance around you with its wings, kind of getting itself ready to push off up and away. And with that, we have Revan.
Alright, I'm gonna look over to Aragon. I'm gonna be like, hey, you got that? Because that other bitch is flying away.
Yeah, I can handle it.
Okay, then I'm gonna take my shot at the one that's trying to fly away.
Alright, give us a roll.
And just to make sure that I hit it, I'm going to use one of my grit points to give myself, which one is it? I should know this by now. Hipper's Mark, bonus action. I automatically see it, basically I get, advantage and 1d6 on it.
Alright.
So, take that. Hopefully I'll hit it. Oh, that's fucking not gonna do it. Good thing I got advantage. Oh, fuck. Alright. I guess I missed my shot.
At least it wasn't the 2, because that
Rough.
probably would have been very bad for one of those 3 guys near it. So, Revan, you go ahead and fire off again. As the bullet kind of like careens towards it, but the bat, like, it doesn't, like, it kind of goes a little bit too high because you're compensating to the fact that you're thinking the bat's about to get up and take off, but it's kind of still working its way up. But, yeah, unfortunately, the shot rings out and misses. Next up, Aragon.
Alright, I'm gonna stay with the old hand axe since it's light and I can get through it quick. I'd like to try to damage the other wing if I could. I don't know if that impacts my roll, but that's my overall goal, to sort of keep this thing from being able to run away.
Okay, I'll say bearing a high enough roll, we can, see what happens.
Ain't nothing happening there.
Alright, well,
On the left.
11 is still a pretty damn good hit on this thing. Oh, no, that's roll to attack, not damage. Unfortunately, now, in its blind state of confusion, it's become somehow more agile as it's now panicking. You bring the hand axe, to try and chop at its other wing, but it's just also now just trying to get itself up off the ground. Unfortunately, unable to do so because you have crippled one of its wings. So, next up is Mina.
Yes. Okay, so my crossbow at the one in front of Aragon.
Alright.
Or not.
Unfortunately, you fire the bolt and it lands kind of in a tree near the bat. Unfortunately, unable to hit. Now we're back at the top of the round. We have Storm, who is going to go ahead and charge up at this very injured bat that's trying to get itself off the ground.
Go, Storm, go.
Good boy.
Storm goes to pounce. It sort of gets behind the bat at least. SAP is now going to go ahead and charge up, and he's actually going to get advantage because I think Raptors have pack tactics. So now the fact that Storm fucking missed, he now has an advantage.
Oh.
Okay, so that's +2, which still doesn't hit. Okay. Oh, that didn't even add the +2, but unfortunately, SAB kind of chomping at it with its, big old maw is still unable to hit it, really. The bat's just getting more and more flustered as it's just being surrounded now. But slowly starting to get it off the ground, and it's going to just spend its turn to get, let's say, 15 feet up off the ground. As it just starts... just... Up next, we have the other bat Aragon's fighting. Seeing as it can't really run away, it's going to go ahead and just swing for the fences. Again, Aragon, the fact that this bat is like pawing at you with only the one arm, you see the blow coming from a mile away and just sort of like just parry it out of the way.
Nice. Gotta love the parries.
Alright, Vanith, you're up.
Alright. I plant my feet as firmly into the ground as I can. I kiss the tip of my axe for luck, and I shout, "Watch this," as I roll to hit this bat.
Let's go. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Which weapon were you using?
This is my great axe.
Alright.
Yasiel Puig, you kiss
Alright.
axes instead of bats. I like it.
D12 plus 4. 7 damage.
So, the fact that this guy was on 2 means you're gonna just clobber this thing.
Good.
So, you kind of drop the club to the side to get your other hand back on your great axe, and you cut this thing up the middle from its, like, tiny bat legs up its chest and, like, up through it. you open its middle up and it just falls back like. Oh, wait. It was in the air. So you fucking throw the axe up at it. It lodges in its chest, and the bat just falls back down to the ground, with your axe just kind of like poking up out of its chest as it's now dead.
Yes.
Good. And with my bonus action, I want to go grab my javelin that I threw at it earlier and missed.
That's good. Yeah, you pick up all your weapons, the axe, the club, the javelin. Next up, it's Revan.
Awesome. Alright, so this one's dead, right?
Yes. You just saw an axe fly up, hit it in the chest, and it just dropped to the ground.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure. Alright, then I'm gonna take a shot at this other one here.
Alright.
Oh, I'm gonna barely miss, aren't I?
Yes, I prematurely fired the gun on that, but you pull the gun as you like kind of try and quick draw it. Unfortunately, the bullet just kind of like goes right next to it. You do manage to just knock Mina's bolt out of the tree though, which, you know, impressive enough.
Awesome.
Next up is Aragon.
Alright, let's work with the old hand axe again. Maybe we'll have some more luck this time around. No. I forgot how to swing. I just don't know.
So in the blind confusion of the bat, as you kind of rear back to hit the axe with it, it just accidentally like slaps you with its limp, crippled wing, and it does like I'd say you take just like 2 points of damage as it just has accidentally gotten a sneak attack on you out of its own confusion.
Holy shit.
Oh, I don't have that many hit points.
Well, yeah, but you know like, I'm not gonna roll a full-on attack because it doesn't know how to use its broken arm, but it still, like, just, you know, smacks you a bit. And with that...
I understand. I deserve it for that kind of thing.
It could have been so much worse. With that...
So much worse?
Well, it's not... Like, I'm still trying to be nice about nat ones, but when we get later on, it'll, you know... Anyway, Mina, you are up.
Okay, let's take another shot. See if we hit. Oh!
Again, like, this thing's just somehow, in its blind, confused, and crippled state, it's just dodging everything left and right.
Good lord.
Oh, man. Alright.
Somebody hold that son of a bitch down.
As you say that, seeing as this one's just died, coming racing up the way, Storm, falling behind
Storm.
SAB, who, let's see if he gets.
Nice.
Oh my god, even with a +2, it still misses.
Oh no.
Damn it!
SAB jumps at it, but he just, like, the bat is somehow the most masterful dodge artist ever. Oh man. The fucking Storm's movement's done, SAB's movement's done. One bat's dead, this one's just, like, unable to fly away, and it's too big to really get through the trees, so Vanith, you're up.
Am I close enough to it that I can just run up and hit it?
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to, like, get up next to the raptor and then take another swing at this thing.
Absolutely. I use my great axe again because that thing is incredible.
Alright.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
What is this?
So, how would you like to describe, like, do you have any preferred way you want to kill this thing, and would you care to do the honors of describing how?
Yes. I take the great axe. I swing the axe side toward me, so I'm holding it like a baseball bat, and I say, "I'm the only giant with a bat around here," and I clonk it, and just absolutely break some of its bones.
So you're using, like, the pommel of the axe. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know why you wouldn't use the club, but you swing the axe to where
It's
blades...
for the pun.
I got you. Just... Okay, so you bring the handle right down on this thing's head, and almost like in a Gallagher-esque fashion, you just, like... Oh, wait a minute. You have to roll damage.
Oh yeah. 1d12 plus 4, 16 damage.
Oh my god! And,
and then-
crit that.
And that's
Holy
critical. So
So my
So that would
description
be
still works because 16
a
times
lot
2
more.
is definitely enough to kill this thing. So as I was saying, in a Gallagher-esque fashion, you bring the blunt end of your axe and just watermelon smash this thing's head open, and it just goes. It's like a bit of viscera does get on your shirt. It gets a little bit on Aragon, and SAB starts licking it up.
Good raptor dog.
And and with that, you guys have defeated the 2 giant bats. And let's get
Booyah.
the
Yeah,
fight
we
music started.
conquered the rats with wings.
It only took an hour.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Fucked it up.
All right. So you guys are like surprising you were able to do this in the dead of night. What do you just like kind of rest up immediately afterwards and then just keep going?
Probably.
All right.
I don't know. I guess
All right. So
you can do that.
all right. So you rest up, and it's like I'd say you probably get like a
Good boy, Storm.
what would it be like a short rest or something, just so you can kind of get the fuck out of the spot. And you guys go ahead and head off to the next map, which is. And you go and put yourselves in front of the temple because you've made your way through the woods, and
Another temple.
right where you
Oh God, Aragon.
right where you
Aragon,
guys
please leave this poor temple alone.
I'm hot.
He's just gonna
Real hot.
Oh, wait, wrong one. So, you guys walked up to the temple, and did you want to do anything to like the God, come on, just give me the damn photo of the damn dinosaur. All right. There we go. Okay. I love Roll20. I don't know how to use it though. Anyways. So, you guys, I'll say this at a passing glance, you realize that these bats reminded you of something similar, but you weren't able to place it. But now that you're standing in front of the area that was like a place where estimated more animal attacks were getting more and more violent, you guys, or at least Revan, Mina, and Aragon, without having to roll an intelligence check, recognize this temple to be almost identical to the last one you saw. But there's a very noticeable difference.
Identical in
Yes.
all ways.
No, there's a very noticeable difference as
Okay.
there's an area you can walk into at the top of it.
Oh my goodness.
We don't have to spend time trying to figure out how the fuck to get in this thing. I'm down.
Okay.
Well, let's not say that, but there's an already area you can walk into.
Let's go.
I'd say just give me like
Let's
a...
get in
What's
there.
And, you kind of walk into the top room of the temple, and there's pretty much just like, there is what seems to be like a very large sealed door within the room, but also it seems to have like a pedestal in the middle with a very like it's pretty much what you deduce to be like a some sort of like handprint in the pedestal, and it's just across from the door.
How big is the handprint?
I mean, it's roughly the normal sized hand. Like your best guess, it could be like either elven or human, because like the fingers are fairly long. Like from what you assume, I guess.
It's a good thing
Small.
we have an elf with us.
All right.
Small.
All right. So,
Then
what do you
I will
guys
go,
want to
put
do?
my hand in there and see what happens.
All right.
My shaped hand.
Give
Swear to
me.
God, if I lose my hand though.
Let's see. I'll say this much as you kind of go
Actually,
to.
wait. Before you do that, I'm gonna use identify.
Okay. Then.
Oh.
So, I guess you just touch the pedestal as opposed to the handprint.
Yeah. Whatever's gonna make it so I know that my hand's not gonna get chopped off.
All right. So, it seems to be this is a very basic lock spell to where if someone with naturally arcane energy just interacts with it, it'll open up.
Oh. Alright, well, I'm gonna put my hand up there then. I got a little bit of magic, so.
Alright, just make me a 1 Constitution saving throw.
And
That one, you lose your hand.
Huh.
that would be unfortunate. A 7 good enough.
I will say yes with a bit of side effects to where the thing does sort of give off a sort of like pulse of mystical energy, which you're not entirely sure of because it's so foreign to you. But you are a bit like left weak and kind of like like drained of it. So you go ahead and add like I think it's 1 point of exhaustion to where you're just like even after like kind of getting your short rest, you now feel like, oh my god, I'm fucking beat.
Alright, well, guys, I have done my time. I'm gonna go take a nap.
And with that,
Um,
the two
what?
doors that like the doors now start shifting to where the door that was sealed begins to open up, revealing a stairway, and the door that was leading back outside slams shut behind you guys.
oh no.
Right.
Now, let me
Now
just
we're
take
trapped in here.
a look at my
Way to
notes.
go, Brevin.
We could try punching the door.
So,
Could have.
Try something
Go
else.
for it.
as the doors kind of open and close, a very like loud voice begins to boom through your minds as it says, "You who have entered my temple must prove to me you are wise enough to leave. Make your answers count, or you shall die upon a fool's errand."
Is anyone else's conscience talking to them?
And with
I
that,
hear something like this every day. So.
now, do you guys go down
Kinda
the
used to
stairway?
it.
Sure.
All right, so we
Oh.
have
Down.
already another map change.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh shit!
Whoa. Hell
Look at
yeah.
this.
Oh,
Well done.
All right,
That's a lot of pre-stream.
So
where are we?
you guys can go ahead and head over to this spot on the top right. Now, I meant to have parts of this blacked out, but I forgot.
It's alright. We'll pretend we can't see it.
Yeah. I'll focus on one
And-
room.
All right, so you guys head down. It's a very similar kind of setup, only this time instead of a handprint, it seems to be just a normal like pressure pad that needs to be interacted with.
Okay, who wants to go this time?
I'll press it down.
All right, so you go ahead and give it a good old hefty
Hey, new
clunk.
guy.
So the door from the stairs you came up shuts behind you, and a new thing is read out to you in a very similar voice. It says pretty much the same message. You who have entered my temple, make your answers count. Excuse me. And now, in sort of a very more relaxed version of that voice, it reads out to you this sort of verse. One, of no use to one, yet absolute bliss to two. The small boy gets it for nothing, the young man has to lie for it, and the old man has to buy it. What do I speak of?
Say the first part you cut out a little bit.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
I will admit the riddle is of no use to one, yet absolute bliss to two. The small boy gets it for nothing, the young man has to lie for it, and the old man has to buy it. What is it?
Young man has to
Maybe-
what?
Eye for it.
I'll be googling that shit.
Come on. You don't even want to do like an intelligence roll or something to see if you could just fucking like nat 20 it and
I mean,
be,
I'll
like,
do I'll
yeah.
intelligence roll.
like,
That's
come
what we
on.
do. Everyone intelligence.
Everyone intelligent.
Yeah, I'm stumped a little bit here.
All right, we
Got a 9.
We got a 7, we got a 9, we got a 4.
Well, that's not happening. That's
Oh.
helping.
Okay.
Can't even read it.
Mina.
Mina knows
One
all.
sec. I haven't rolled yet. I
Oh, I
gotta
thought
find my. Wait, I haven't found it.
My bad.
Wait, intelligence?
Yeah.
+2. Get that crit. Here's just kidding.
Okay. Well, still,
Smarter.
Aragon, you're kind of just thinking quietly to yourself. Vanith, you're just sort of like wondering blankly as well to yourself. But Mina and Revan,
I'm starting to make my answers count. I'm thinking the number 2, 3, 4.
he's counting. He's numbering his answers. Revan, you and Mina are actually kind of doing a bit of back and forth, being like, okay, it's bliss to two people, but it's like a thing that both a boy, a young man, a grown man, and an old man can do with another person. But it's like a simple thing.
Sex.
That's you. I will say this: the fact that you and her both realize that a young boy, like a child, is like this is things that a child, a man, and an old man can do.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ, that wasn't code for anything.
Well, honestly, I thought when you meant young. Okay, I didn't mean it was. I didn't know it was a boy. Okay.
It's all right.
All right. Quite substantially. Something they can all do. Enjoyable for 2.
And I was gonna say, does anyone else like interact with the pedestal again?
I push it again.
All right. Very well. I shall give you a nudge in the right direction. Search your heart for the simplest of pleasure.
That you cut out.
Oh,
Search your heart for what?
the simplest pleasure. Like the simplest...
Who doesn't love hand jobs? I mean,
You just got mad at me. This is for little boys.
Aragon just out in the middle just says it.
things.
God.
You can do another intelligence roll if any of you guys want to, but...
I mean, my only other answer is full pleasure. Better for 2. Good riddle. All right, I'm gonna figure this out.
Is it
Is it
simple as love?
What'd you say, Braxton?
I said, is it as simple as love?
Simpler. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't do it in the temple. He wouldn't give another hint. Shit. You're on the right track. It's a simple act.
Okay, I just figured it out. I clearly just figured it out.
Okay
Wow.
then. Revan, you have a fucking
Wait,
Jimmy Neutron
right?
moment with a brain blast. Edgy's like, oh, I think it might be a kiss.
Guys, pretty sure it's a kiss.
Ah. Wow.
I
Oh
mean,
my god, so
Feels
hand
stupid.
job wasn't that far off.
you're saying sex wasn't that far off either. You
All right.
kiss and sex.
Now-
Come on.
With that, you guys managed to open up the you submit the answer. You open up, and the temple door opens up to the next floor. And do we want to pause it here for next week, or do you guys want to at least try and quote unquote speed run
We'll
this?
pause.
All right. Well,
We can pause. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
okay.
alrighty then. Well, thank you everybody for coming to who had come. Shit, I'm still working on outros. Thank you everyone for coming to watch. We always appreciate it. To the players, thank you guys very much for coming back. It's super fun doing this stuff, and I'm glad we actually got to do a bit more action as well as something a bit more brain teasy this week. Join us next week. Join us next week when hopefully these guys can figure out the rest of the clues to this mysterious riddle in this old-ass temple and see what it is that might be lying at the end of it. I'm Chandler, and I'm very much appreciative for you guys coming back, and on behalf of all of us, thanks for stopping by.